Hello, my name is Eduard van de Heuvel and welcome to the Community of Solvers Talks, which we made especially for our annual report. In this episode, I talk with PwC experts about the relevant workforce.
The best thing that we can bring for our clients is the different expertise all put together in one package.
How does PwC ensure that its employees are up to date with the latest developments so they can properly help clients solve complex problems? Developments in the world are following each other in an even faster pace, especially when it comes to technology, and it sometimes makes me a bit dizzy. Christian, you are in a team of cloud and digital focusing on AI. Can you tell us a bit more? What is your perspective on it?
Technology is developing really fast right now. We think about AI, we think about ChatGPT, but blockchain, the metaverse, other technology developments have been going on really rapidly, and it's likely only to develop faster in the future. I think it's very exciting, but it also presents some challenges for us, for our clients, and for society in general.
And how do you keep that overview for yourself?
I keep up to date with the news every day. Read about it. I connect the dots as to which developments affect which changes here and there. So just out of curiosity and interest, I keep up every day.
Okay, and Ankita, welcome as well. How do you keep up to date with all these technologies going around within PwC?
I'm a researcher, so curiosity comes with part of the territory, but it's sort of similar, just keeping on top of news, keeping on top of developments, being in touch with experts, just staying on top of it. And it's exciting, so you also enjoy along the way. That's good.
Yeah. Amber, welcome as well. You're a PwC expert in the field of M&A within corporate finance. Do you see a lot of technologies going around there, which you can incorporate in your work?
We are also adapting to technologies. We're using AI a little bit and also see how we can improve our processes, make things easier, let the computer do it instead of ourselves so we can analyze it and speed up the process and help our clients in the best way.
It can do tasks that we don't find fun. So automating a lot of stuff which is boring, automating a lot of stuff which is time-consuming. I think that's excellent because then we focus on the other stuff which we find more exciting.
We are in the middle of the community of solvers within PwC. If we bring everything together and all the various aspects, what is your perspective on it and how can you summarize our community of solvers?
We have all these different kinds of expertises in-house at PwC. And I think using all these expertises with each other is creating this community of solvers.
Each one of us brings a unique expertise to the firm, but the power really lies in bringing it together in a way that works and then creates some sort of a multiplier effect from there. So the power really is to work together in a way that's efficient, it's inclusive, it's respectful of new ideas, all of that put together.
Community of solvers at PwC for me is walking into a room where everyone is excited about a topic. Most people in this room don't agree with each other. They all have different backgrounds, they all have different experiences, also from their client interactions. They've read different things. But there's so much energy, there's so much respect, and so much curiosity in the room that magically this develops into a common understanding of, okay, this is where the technology is now, but also these are some really interesting things that we can bring to clients, where we can actually start making a change for clients and a difference for clients that is definitely not reachable just one person.
Within PwC, we focus ourselves on leadership and are really committed to sustainability, whereby our pillars are more on digital transformation and ESG. How are you dealing with these kinds of digital transformation and ESG pillars in your work?
It's affecting almost everything that we do. ESG as such, as a pillar, has been around for a long time, but it's evolving quite a bit. Initially, the focus was so much on the environmental side of ESG. Now we're beginning to incorporate various other aspects. So social aspects, for example. Everything that we do, now we ask ourselves the question, what is the societal impact of the change? So I think we're incorporating ESG in much more sort of wider way than we did before.
And the other pillar, or a strategic pillar from PwC, is digital transformation. Why do you think that's a so important theme for PwC to deal with now?
Technology is the future. It has always been the future. Next year, there's going to be a new thing that replaces what ChatGPT is right now. And all these technologies have hype with them, but all of them also deliver some kind of benefit to businesses, to us, and to society. And I think it's important that we keep on top of these developments. It might not be all of them that we need to use, but it's important that we know about them and we know what they can do and what they can't do.
I'm also wondering about what will be the impact on society? What are the challenges as the developments roll in faster? Because the faster they are, we have to play catch up really quickly to make sure it has positive effects, not so much negative effects. So what are the things that we should look at when we look at what will be the impact of digital transformation now?
There are the efficiency impacts, which are the sort of positive impacts that technology definitely has. A very concrete efficiency increase in our work, in my work as a consultant, is the production of documents, presentations, proposals, and so. These are all documents that ChatGPT and other generative AI tools can already now do really well in a fraction of the time we spend on it. AI generally is learning everything about companies and society as we go along every single day now. And it's becoming better and better at predicting our own behaviors and predicting what we would like to have and what the benefit would be to this company in the future. So it's rolling along.
Yeah, and we have, of course, leadership, a form of culture and developing yourself and learning from feedback. Eh?
Yeah, it shouldn't always come from the top, but it's a two-way street. So we, in a normal way, we get feedback from our seniors, but we as juniors, we also give feedback to the seniors, and that's now implemented since 2 years for our department and our business unit. And this really has improved the workforce, I think.
That's quite a reflection on how the workforce is changing now. So we have, it's definitely multi-generational. We have a lot of young people, new ideas. Mm-hmm. So I think that's happening surely in how we work day to day.
Completely agree. With the addition that from the technology point of view, I think that there should also be a daring element in it. Mm-hmm. Technology adoption is difficult, but I think it is a fantastic opportunity to jump in, learn something, and dare to try it out, experiment, make mistakes. Yeah. And then after you've made those mistakes and learned from it, then share it. Yeah. So it definitely is a two-way street, but with some experimentation in there and some daring to try out new things.
Yeah, there are a lot of initiatives to do this. Mm-hmm. So you're not being pushed back. You can follow trainings. Managers are doing it as well. So that's also support the juniors to show them that they're developing themselves.
We at PwC, we look at culture regularly. We try to see what's valuable to our employees, what's valuable to leadership at different levels. So I think that awareness that we bring helps us make change in the right direction. So I think that is the more powerful part of it, to be aware of it and to be willing to make changes.
So I'm hearing like the two-way street, modern leadership, mutual respect, cooperation. With that in mind, Christian, how can we help our clients best with our modern leadership?
Dare to go out there and have conversations with our clients about technology that is new. Mm-hmm. And topics that are challenging, not least because they're completely unknown. But sit down there and have a conversation with clients, some pros and some cons about adopting a technology, being conscious of the risks with using it, but also being enthusiastic about the opportunities about it.
Yeah, and Ankita, another development is ESG. What do you see happening there?
So the movement from environmental to focusing on social topics is one of the key things. And it has a very direct link to how we work as well. So that means when it becomes broader, we also have to bring broader skills to our clients. Mm-hmm. It means that any topic you might be addressing, you need experts from different areas, because you want people who are experts in the social domain, you want people who are experts in the climate domain, and then you answer a question. So that brings us to how we address most of our client issues as a community of solvers, like we say. I think that's one of the key differences in how we address ESG now.
Amber, what is your perspective on it, like from a corporate finance view?
Well, sometimes we have private equity clients, and they invest for a company within for like 5 years. And maybe a company now doesn't have to do that much about ESG, or is not ESG friendly, so to say. But in 5 years, the world's already starting to look different, and then it has become even more important. So even for these companies, we have to stay on top of it and have to increase it in our work and give advice about it, or seeing if the company is interesting enough to invest in.
Yeah, exactly. So the world is changing, PwC is changing, the world looks differently in 5 years. Christian, we are in the middle of technological developments, especially within AI. Do we have to upskill like all our employees now, directly in this year?
Upskilling all employees is a very broad term. I think all PwC employees should know something about AI. It doesn't mean to become an expert in AI, but we would like to ensure that all PwC employees are comfortable with sitting down and having a 5-minute conversation with a client about AI. Not necessarily for an AI project, but if a client comes up with an AI question, it is something that we as PwC should be able to at least discuss a bit. We are building that expertise, and we already have some. But for the broader of PwC, it's more about an awareness of what AI is and the opportunities that come with it.
Yeah. And do we already have clients asking us for ESG and digital transformation topics like AI?
Yes. Anything from asking us to help them upskill their employees so they understand how they could use ChatGPT for work, for example, but all the way up to helping them set up experiments in their organizations to see how AI could help them improve their operations, and even turning their whole organizations into AI-driven organizations.
The same for ESG. They are asking us what are the things we need to think about. What do potential buyers, what are they going to ask us about ESG? How do we need to prepare?
The best thing that we can bring for our clients is the different expertise all put together in one package. For instance, if you get a question on supply chain, a lot of times we do not only get the question on making the supply chain effective and efficient and transparent, but we also need to look at, for example, what's its impact across the value chain on human rights, for example, on climate change and emissions, for example. So encompassing the whole ESG spectrum now, and that's quite different than before.
Yeah. And Amber, for you to continue to grow as a PwC professional, how can you incorporate ESG and digital transformation best in your work?
I think staying open to new ideas, reading the news, hearing a lot from our experts, and keeping up to date with that.
Christian, how can you continue to grow as a PwC professional with ESG and digital in mind to advise our clients best?
Keep challenging ourselves and each other to have conversations with clients about challenging topics. Also, when there's no clear answer or any clear right direction, be willing to have those conversations. I think a lot of trust grows out of that, but it also takes a lot of courage to go into a conversation and not know all answers.